Well, everyone, we finally made it. The first Spyro game in over 9 years will finally arrive in spring 2027 next year, and I don't think I'll ever be more excited for anything like this ever again. I'll never forget the feeling of seeing this trailer on Xbox Showcase and Summer Games Fest 2026 the first time. I was so emotional beyond words when I saw Spyro move into frame, and I was just crying, shaking so much that I had to just take a walk after watching this entire reveal. Like it was something truly special. Now I have huge regrets of not reacting to the Xbox Showcase or covering it in any way, as I just didn't think Spyro would have been around this year or even the next couple of years down the line. But it is what it is. But with that being said, I'm really looking forward to covering more of this game in the future, and I'm excited for that as I am. But I was actually watching Max Dude's reaction to it. Shout out to Max Dude, amazing guy, of course. And that's pretty much how I got to know that Spyro was finally coming back next year, which is insane to think about. So let's talk about my history with Spyro and what the franchise as a whole means to me. So my mom got me Year of the Dragon when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Can't exactly remember when, but I do remember when I first played it, I was just fully engrossed in its world, the characters, and most importantly, Spyro himself, and how he completely resonated with me, and still does to this day. But yeah, I pretty much played most of the games in the franchise, and I just have such a deep connection to it, and it's just really exciting that we're finally getting a new one after such a long wait. And, it's generally exciting, like it really is. But yeah, I've always had so much love for Spyro and just how he's impacted and inspired my life. Yeah, let's also just talk about Reignited and just how crazy that time was. So I remember just randomly seeing a trailer for Reignite coming absolutely nowhere, and I was in genuine disbelief that it was also real back then. Like, it was so crazy because it just seemed so out of the picture also at the time, and then just seeing that just completely blew me into shock, unlike anything really. So yeah, it was a very special time as well, like for sure. But actually also funny enough went to EGX 2018 where Spyro Reignited Trilogy was with its demo, and I just remember playing the hell out of it whenever I could. Like, I visited other stuff there too, like obviously Smash Ultimate, which I played as well. Those two games were pretty much my focus there because they both came out in the same year. But so yeah, it was just really special getting to actually play as well for it officially came out. It's definitely enough of those memories I cherish as well. Also, I actually got to meet Spyro himself. I mean, kinda, but it was pretty cool. And we hugged too, which was awesome. So, also about Toys for Bob, they actually went independent more than 2 years ago, and they also, not long after, got the opportunity to make their next game in collaboration with Xbox, which of course owned Activision, so it obviously made sense that their next game was either going to be Spyro or Crash related. But at the time, I was pretty hopeful it was going to be Spyro related, although I did feel really bad for Crash fans after what happened with Crash Bandicoot 5 when all the concept art came out for it after it got shelved. And then, of course, Choice of Bob went indie not long after, which sucks, but they are apparently getting a new game after this new Spyro title that's coming out next year, which is good, which I'm happy to see for them. So let's talk about the trailer and, well, what it has and what we can expect from it moving forward. So we obviously know that these two little cuties are parakeets, super adorable. And then we of course see a bunch of houses, which definitely are very reminiscent to like the kind of the art style of most buildings from Reignited, which is pretty cool to see that. So we also of course see our new villain for this game. Now I have a big theory on this one, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are saying the same thing as I am, but if they're gonna take any villain from past canon, and especially Telos, of course, Legend of Spyro, I think it has to be Malefor. And there's even so many talks about Mark Hamill even returning. Well, not even just rumors, just more like hopes that it would happen, because I do think it would be crazy if that would actually be real. I was admittedly thinking Red. I think a lot of people thought Red as well previously, but the crystal on the staff doesn't exactly entirely convey that it's a dark gem, kind of like from Hero's Tale. It definitely has more of like, if we're going from like Telos, for example, like ether or convexity, which is probably as close of a bet as you're gonna get to what the thing on the staff is. Now for Spyro himself, man, obviously the amount of tears of joy that I had when I saw him coming onto screen was special enough as it is, but just even seeing him like more slightly grown up here was just really like something so special to see, and all of the new details in his design, his wings, his mohawk of course, and even his scales. It's even the tail, which I literally did not notice until recently. It's just like, he just looks so good, and I just think this design is literally his best yet. And I don't know, it's just so crazy how much work they put into this new design for him, and I'm just so blown away by how amazing it really looks. Now, we need to talk about the small amount of gameplay that we saw right towards the end of this trailer. Obviously, we see him flying. Now, I don't know for sure if this means full-on flea flight or not, but there's a huge indication that we will probably be getting it in this game. Now, I don't know if it's going to work similarly to, like, let's say Dawn of the Dragon, where you can always free flight, but you have to be at a certain height or platform before you can fly higher in the air. I don't know if it's going to work like that exactly. It definitely looks like one of the main ways to get height from flight is through these campfires, which you see. It's also pretty awesome to see that you can even fire concentrated fireballs at them, just so he can give himself like a means of leverage, which is pretty cool. But other than that, that's pretty much all that we get. But also, of course, just with how beautiful all these backgrounds are. I don't even know what any of this could be, but hopefully we'll find out more in the future. But yeah, that's all my feelings on the new Spyro game that's coming out next year in spring 2027. I can't express how grateful and happy that I am with Toys R Bob for taking this on. I know they've been really wanting to do a new Spyro game for a long time now. I'm just so happy to have been finally able to get around to it. It's great to see certain other things come back as well, like Tom Kenny returning for Spyro's voice, and this whole thing has just been a dream come true. It's without any doubt going to be one of my most anticipated video games ever, and yeah, I'm generally lost for words sort of how crazy this whole thing has been. That being said, going to be closely following this whole thing, going to be making way more content around Spyro well beyond in general, and all I can say is I'm beyond excited for what's to come, and just want next year to be here already. So that being said, if you've enjoyed this video, I really appreciate it if you could drop a sub for me. It would mean a lot, and even hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this in the future, as it'll let you guys know whenever I upload anything so it doesn't get lost in the algorithms or whatever, you know, all that stuff. But that being said, I hope you have a good day, afternoon, or night, wherever you are in the world, and hope you have a good one, and I will talk to you guys soon.